In today's world, scams are all over the place, and the people running them can be pretty sneaky. They think they're untouchable, but what happens when the cops catch up to them? Here are 3 real-life stories about scammers getting busted, starting with the juiciest one. On November 1st, Gisbert Granado was driving through a Walmart parking lot when she accidentally struck a man who had recently undergone a knee replacement at the hospital. The man, a pedestrian using the crosswalk, suffered severe injuries as Gisbert, unfortunately, failed to stop due to inattentiveness behind the wheel. Now, in considerable pain, the man is considering legal action. Initially appearing straightforward, this case takes a surprising turn as law enforcement delves deeper, uncovering a web of deceit that suggests something far more intricate than a mere accident.
I was coming, so the lady didn't give him a chance, so I was telling him, go ahead, I told him, right? I didn't see this gentleman crossing this, and I was telling the old man in front of me, go. So I looked this way. This gentleman steps in front of my car. I didn't see him.
So you're the driver?
But I was going 2 miles an hour.
He was crossing and had the right of way.
Yeah.
I turned around and all I saw was his hand on the headboard of her car. So I did not see anything.
The driver appears highly anxious and uncertain about the events. According to witnesses, it's alleged that she overlooked the pedestrian's right of way and collided with the man. Despite this, she insists it was an inadvertent mistake. Yet those who witnessed the incident find her account difficult to trust.
People crossing in here, they have the right of way.
I told him, I'm sorry. I know pedestrians have the right of way. I know that.
All right, ma'am. Do you have your ID with you?
Yes, I didn't mean to.
Okay.
I was just hoping the old man.
I understand.
While one officer retrieves the driver's identification and insurance details, another approaches the victim for discussion. At this point, the situation takes a suspicious turn.
All right, sir, can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, I was walking out carrying my bag of groceries.
Okay.
And
You were on the scooter, obviously.
No, I was walking.
You were walking?
Yeah, she brought me the scooter so I could sit down after the accident.
Okay.
As I went in front of her car, she went forward, and when she went forward, she hit me here sideways. I said stop, and I put my hand on the hood.
Okay.
Like, she went forward with me. I almost felt, but she went, I would say about, it happened within seconds, maybe about 10 seconds.
The man's body language raises suspicion, signaling something amiss in this situation. In a telling moment, the man glances at the officer, momentarily averts his gaze, then swiftly nods while making eye contact again. This sequence strongly suggests deception. The pause in eye contact suggests nervousness, the nod possibly an attempt to reassure himself, and the final glance an appeal for validation from the officer. Pay attention to his eyes in the next clip. You might notice further instances where his gaze reveals more than his words do.
I was walking in front of her.
1098 Alpha, and I'll be turn 7.
Okay.
There wasn't enough space for her to hit me. She pushed me and I was walking in front of her car.
I understand.
The crosswalk, trying to get to my car. So when she told me she wasn't paying attention.
Okay. And what are your injuries?
But
They just checked you out, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Clearly in the field, these cues aren't concrete evidence of deception, but they do raise suspicions. So, the officers proceeded to review the security footage to ascertain the actual sequence of events. What they uncovered in this investigation was groundbreaking.
Here, but I can check to an adult.
And that guy came up literally to the side of her car at the last second as she was going.
India 2-3, can you be 51-2 when you call emergency if they're over there?
Mm-hmm.
10-4,
He said that the way he made it seemed like he was being dragged by the car. This is gonna be a copy of the case number. Basically, that's where your report's gonna be. You're not at fault for this, okay? So,
Headquarters, any Spanish speaking units, that can be
because it's not your
51-2
fault
when
that
they
he came at you.
Cameras.
Cameras right here. We reviewed.
We know. We
No,
watched.
it's okay.
I told him I didn't hit him. He was nasty.
No, it's not that you didn't hit him. It's that
I know why he's dipping back his mouth, and I told what he did.
Headquarters to Kilo
You
2-3.
bumped him, but it was his fault.
right, exactly. So what ends up happening is if I go right here and I go straight to this vehicle and then I cut and go right in front of it to use the crosswalk, I'm at fault.
I was telling the old man.
Does that make sense?
Tango 2-3.
So you're fine, okay?
They have very good video, okay, and we saw what happened, and you're fine. We saw you let the other person in front of you go, but he did cross, but he crossed right next to your car.
I know he's a Jew. You weren't paying
Kilo 5,
attention.
298 Alpha.
Here you go, ma'am.
Turn my head to let the old man go by and say,
You're fine.
You're fine.
Okay?
We did have a chance to review the video. Based on the video, we do find you at fault for this. Okay? When you go out on the parking lot, you caught a crosswalk, but you did so right for the vehicle and then you caught right in front of it. So she wasn't able to see it. That's actually a pedestrian violation. Okay? So we are going to give you a ticket for
Crystal
that.
clear on the video. They have cameras at every angle.
Right.
She's good. She let the person in the crosswalk ahead of her go. You were not in the crosswalk. You came up to the side of her car at her wheel well. You were like at her car and then just cut in front of her. There's no way she would have saw you.
But she wasn't paying attention when I
Doesn't
went in front
matter.
of the car.
You were not in the crosswalk. You were at her side and then you just cut in front of her. Like I said, it's crystal on that video.
After all was settled, the man received a $62.50 ticket for a pedestrian violation. Gisbert departed without any compensation. The man's actions amounted to an insurance scam, showcasing the potential for substantial gains with minimal penalties, a concerning reality. Yet, such scams typically don't pose immediate physical harm. However, the following incident presents a different level of danger. On December 2nd, 2022, deputies in Wisconsin paid a visit to a residence housing two known felons, Kaylee Williams and her boyfriend, Justin Garbett. Despite warrants for their arrests, only Kaylee was present and unwilling to vacate the property.
Given her a couple commands to come out. She's verbally talking with us, but has yet to exit the building. She's on the phone when I saw her back here.
It looked like she was going to maybe go into that
The officers attempted communication through the window, yet she remained resolute in staying put. She mentioned her supposed stay in Minnesota for family matters, offering scant details that the officers couldn't confirm. However, this marked the beginning of an eerie shift. Later at the station, law enforcement received a distressing call. An individual reportedly patrolled the nearby Walmart, brandishing a loaded firearm.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
I just got a call from my daughter. She's at the Walmart in town. She said there's someone in there with a gun.
Okay, and what's he doing with the gun?
She doesn't know. She freaked out and ran to the bathroom and locked the door.
Did she get a description of him?
He said he was a white guy, short, blonde hair, black pants.
Can you get the information from the daughter and find out if...
When the call abruptly ended, the officers sensed an unsettling air, recognizing that something peculiar was unfolding, though they couldn't pinpoint the details just yet. Meanwhile, back at Kaylee's residence, a sudden shift occurred as she seemed unexpectedly willing to engage in conversation.
Hey, open the door so I can talk to you, okay? I don't want to break your grandma's door, okay? But I will.
Okay, hold on, Tiffany. Who is this?
Hi.
What are you doing? Yes, what are you doing? It's
I'm,
the cop. What are you
I'm here talking with her.
Come on in. Don't leave the door open.
All right.
What are you doing?
Well, she's got to come with us. We got some questions for her.
What do I have a felony warrant? Oh, I didn't go sign my bond.
Correct, but you also have a Jefferson County body only
Which
warrant.
is what we're paying right now.
Okay, it's body only. It doesn't have
It's
a bond
body only for
associated.
child support, but if I pay $1,000 to child support, I have the email. I'll show it.
Kaylee appeared visibly agitated as the officers entered the house. Her demeanor shifted noticeably, especially when she spoke to her family on the phone, urgently seeking bank details to settle her bond.
Send it to me. Is the card connected to Apple Pay? Is it connected to Cash App? Actually, it's connected to Facebook. No. Okay. Just give me the card number and I'll call and pay it myself. Grandma's right here. I'm sorry. I've been trying to handle this shit. I forgot about my bond completely. I just talked to my lawyer this morning.
However, mere moments later, the puzzle pieces began to align. The responding officer received crucial information from dispatch linking the number that reported the firearm incident directly to Kaylee. When the officer requested a callback to the same number, an unexpected turn of events unfolded.
Called 911 a few minutes ago.
I might have been on accident, not on purpose.
Okay, do you have a daughter?
Yeah, my daughter lives hours away though.
Okay, is she at Walmart?
My daughter's who called you and told you I was here.
Okay, but why did you call 911 and report?
I didn't say, if I did, it was not on purpose. You've seen me on the phone in here calling people.
I didn't see you on the phone. I was standing outside.
Oh no. I was trying to get a hold of her. I was calling a million different
So
people.
why did our dispatch center receive a 911 call stating that she received a phone call from her daughter who was at Toma Walmart and said that there was a man that walked into Walmart with a gun?
I have no idea.
What?
I have no idea.
Oh,
That,
this
no.
is good. Ridiculous.
No.
Okay, you can say no all you want, but that number that keeps popping up on your phone is my dispatcher
I
calling
was
you.
wondering who the number was.
Yeah, that's the number that called because you called from this number. Kaylee, can we go talk in the kitchen for a second? So listen to me for a second.
Okay.
No, put the phone down. I want you to listen and pay attention.
Okay.
Okay. While we were here, you were inside and refusing to come out.
Yes.
Okay. You were allegedly making phone calls. Okay.
Which I have.
Why did you call 911 and report that somebody was at Walmart with a gun?
Well, I was told that, but I was in a hurry. I didn't even do it. To be honest with you, I've had about 5 minutes of a blackout since you guys have been here. I remember nothing.
There's a strong sense that Kaylee isn't forthcoming with the truth, a suspicion shared by the officer. What Kaylee just engaged in is akin to swatting, falsely reporting an emergency to divert police attention. Usually this malicious act targets individuals at a given address, but in this case, she seemed to use it as a diversion to distract the officers at her doorstep. This behavior remains highly perilous, as a mere resemblance to the reported individual at Walmart could escalate into a dangerous situation. However, the officers at Kaylee's place acknowledged that she likely wouldn't resort to something so extreme merely to avoid speaking with them.
Do you know that that's a crime and that's called swatting?
No, I did not know.
Yeah, that's something that to elicit a large police response to a location. I assume you probably did that believing that we were going to take off.
No,
and we were just
to
going
be
to leave
honest
you
with
here.
you, I have a lot of fucking... I'm not in my right fucking mind.
Okay.
I'm just freaking out. My grandma can't be here by herself. I didn't know what to do. And then
You didn't know what to do, so you thought you'd call 911 and make a false report.
I didn't know what to do. I called 911 and I was going to say something, and then I was talking to my daughter on the house phone and she starts screaming at me.
Where's the house phone?
In my room. Well, it was in my room. It's in the living room now. There's one right here too.
When questioned about this incident, her response added to the peculiar nature of the situation. The officer decided to inspect the call log on the house phone and discovered that Kaylee had dialed her boyfriend, Justin, while the officers were present at the scene. What raised significant suspicion was that moments after ending the call with Justin, she placed a false emergency call to the police. Now, the situation took an even stranger turn, prompting the officers to suspect Justin's involvement. They enlisted Kaylee's grandmother to conduct a search of the property in an attempt to locate Justin.
10-4, just so you're aware, we are at the garden shed in the back, and it is locked from the inside.
So he's in that back shed?
No, we haven't been able to get in that back shed for years. My kids used to play back there.
Why is it locked from the inside?
I don't know. I had Austin Jones was living in that shed last I knew.
There's a light on in there, too. It's like a little lantern.
Sheriff's office. Whoever's in the shed, come out now or we're coming in.
Austin, you in there?
Not Austin.
Who are you?
My name's Justin.
Turn around.
Justin?
Turn around.
There he
Justin,
is.
look at that.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Turn around.
Get on your knees now. Get on your knees. Hands on top of your head. Interlock your fingers. Is there anybody else in there?
No.
Jillian?
Justin lied to me! Justin!
Anybody else in here with you?
He told me he left!
All right, Justin, stand up. You have any weapons on you?
No.
Back up. I'm going to frisk you real quick. Sorry. You good? Stand there. Nothing on you?
No.
What property do you have on you? Just your wallet, phone?
Phone, money, some sunglasses.
I'm gonna double lock these real quick.
On account of his outstanding warrants, Justin was arrested, and Kaylee was also taken into custody. Kaylee faced severe legal charges, including a felony count for swatting, 3 felony counts of bail violation, along misdemeanor charges for obstructing an officer and making false emergency calls. It took considerable effort, but the authorities eventually apprehended all those involved. However, the subsequent scam had dire and potentially lethal ramifications. On June 20th, 2023, law enforcement received a call from Target reporting a suspected theft of merchandise worth thousands of dollars. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, the officers swiftly responded, ready to confront the alleged thief.
I'm Officer Robinson with the Traffic Police Department. I'm conducting a theft investigation. You're now free to leave at this time. Conducting a theft investigation.
They paying them in the house.
What's that?
They paying them.
Someone else is paying for the merchandise that you walked out with?
How you walked with? No, listen, how you walked out with it?
No.
I'm not doing it.
We're gonna do this. Relax this hand. Hey, listen to me.
Oh my God,
listen
what
to
is
me.
going on?
While we investigate, I'll put you in handcuffs, and if we're wrong,
doing this?
because
Why am I being
listen, you're pulling your hand.
investigation? But listen, sir.
No. You listen. First, put you in handcuffs. Make it safe for me. Then we look into the details.
Kaylee insisted that her friend remained inside, covering the expenses. However, the officers found her account hard to believe, particularly when an employee contradicted her statement.
Like that she don't even know what's going on. So
she's saying that she's about to pay for it.
Hey, well, I'm not paying. It's just something they always use.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm just, hey, let me make sure. Look into this.
Yeah. So if you want to like stand right there where she can't see and just let her walk out just to make sure, like, hey.
All right.
So whose merchandise is this?
It's me and her.
So you're sharing. So is she paying for all of it? You guys split the bill?
We split. I sent some money to her cash out, and we split in the bill.
So you're paying her through Cash App, and she's paying for everything inside. All right, well, I guess we'll find out.
Just as the officers were strategizing to capture her alleged accomplice, they received crucial information from the Loss Prevention Center that completely cracked the case wide open.
It says, there's someone in the store who has stolen from Target before. What she does is
I'm going to be Lake and Monroe.
scans stuff and then bags it and leaves and never pays for the stuff. So over a minute ago, they remember you. So then they're watching you and they're like, looks like she's doing the same thing she got arrested for last time.
No, I'm not.
Well, that's what it looks like. You're bagging stuff up and then...
I'm not doing that.
But what you're saying is completely different than the way pretty much everyone I know shops.
Okay, well, can you go get like...
I'm letting her finish her transaction. Because if she doesn't know the police are here with you, and then she just on her own pays for everything, okay, well that's weird, but at least I go, all right, maybe that was the plan.
This approach by the cops seems to be the most sensible and transparent. If indeed her friend settles the bill, no harm is done, and both can continue without any issue. However, if the payment isn't made, their intentions become glaringly apparent. Unfortunately, the officer's move was mistimed as they intervened just before she completed her transaction.
Your friend outside, have you paid for everything yet?
No,
Are you ready to go?
no.
Okay, are you still working on that?
Yeah. What's wrong?
Well, your friend walked out with hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise that didn't pay for anything. So
I mean, that's what we're doing now.
you're paying for what?
So, yes, that's what. So what I'm going to figure out what's going on.
How are you paying for all that stuff?
With a card. What do you mean?
You scanned clothing items?
I was scanning her. Yeah.
Okay.
And she went over there.
And she went over there and scanned stuff. Okay. She didn't pay for any of it.
She knows she's never sleep. That's the thing.
She didn't pay. She didn't give anything to Target in exchange for hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise. She just walked out with it. Her story is that you're paying for all of the
Yeah,
stuff
but I
that
didn't
she
know.
walked
Yeah,
out with.
she has her own card. I don't know.
Okay.
If like I don't know.
Well, what's going on is $1,400. Is any of that stuff still here?
That's what I'm.
All of it's in the car?
It was never lived in the car. That's what I'm saying. It's.
Oh, it's in the car. No, it ain't. It's in the car. So basically, your friend walked out with $1,449.63. Oh, she has, because we've arrested her before.
It appears that the girl is just as bewildered as the officer, expecting the thief to return and cover the $1,400 debt. Subsequently, the officers escorted her outside to emphasize the absurdity of the situation and to confront her friend, who had caused significant trouble.
I've got tons of... I'm a dad. He's a dad. I got you. This ain't cheap. So what I'm looking at is $1,400 of stuff was scanned, and none of this was scanned. So, which means the total amount of things that were removed from the store is $1,400 plus all the stuff.
It appears these girls have adopted a strategy. If they themselves are unsure, it might keep others in the dark as well. The confusion persists among everyone involved, despite the slim chance that these girls could potentially explain away the situation if they navigate carefully. They made a critical error. Initially, when the officers asked the girl her last name, she claimed it was Wilson. However, when the officer investigated her past charges, something startling emerged.
When I look up just a female with your date of birth, with a last name that begins with W, there is 0.
So here's the deal. This is how it works. If you continue to conceal your identity from us until we get to the jail, and then we find out who you are when we get to the jail because we scan your fingerprints, and they tell us, yeah, this is so-and-so. We arrest you for...
Stop! Stop! Are you kidding me right now? Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Don't be like that. Don't let me like that. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah, because you got warrants.
No, I just don't want to go to jail. Y'all gonna be nasty. Y'all ain't gonna let me go.
Now you're going to the car. You gotta be kidding me right now.
This confirmed the suspicions of the cops, leading to her immediate placement in the back seat of a patrol vehicle and transportation to the station. Subsequently, she was charged with grand theft and resisting an officer without violence. Despite the severity, at least shoplifting typically doesn't involve endangering innocent civilians. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content.